What's the one food Americans can't resist on game day, at midnight cravings, or during long drives home? Chicken wings. They're spicy, crispy, saucy, and comforting. But here's the dark truth. Not all wings are created equal. Some are so overloaded with sodium, fat, chemicals, and poor quality meat that they're practically a health hazard wrapped in paper trays. And for older adults, especially those on fixed incomes or battling high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart concerns, the wrong wing choice can mean more than a guilty pleasure. It can mean swollen ankles, blood pressure spikes, or worse. Today, we're uncovering the 10 fast food wings you must avoid at all costs. Some of these names will surprise you because they're hiding in plain sight at pizza joints, convenience stores, and sit-down chains across America. We'll show you how these wings fail you on taste, health, and even honesty. And stick around until the end, because we're also revealing 2 wing options that are actually worth it. Yes, you can enjoy wings once in a while without feeling cheated or risking your health, but only if you know which ones to choose. Let's start with the worst offenders. Domino's. Domino's might be a household name for pizza night, but their chicken wings are the ugly step-sibling of the menu. Customers often describe them as rubbery, soggy, and barely edible. Imagine biting into skin that feels more like a wet balloon than a crisp wing. Not exactly what you want when you're craving crunch. Even worse, Domino's wings are drowning in sodium. Just a small order can knock out a third of your daily salt limit in one sitting. For seniors watching their blood pressure, that's playing with fire. And the sauces, overly sweet or painfully salty, masking the lack of quality in the chicken itself. Wings should be a highlight of the meal, but at Domino's, they're an afterthought, a sidekick tossed into the box just to bump up the order total. If you're ordering from Domino's, stick with pizza. Their wings, a definite avoid. Smash burger. Smash burger is known for its juicy burgers pressed on a hot grill. Wings, however, are another story. The chain experimented with chicken wings, and the results show exactly why you don't trust a burger place to get into the wing business. Smash burger's wings are small, inconsistent, and often drenched in sticky sauces that are more sugar than flavor. Some varieties pack more sugar than a donut, hidden under the guise of a savory snack. That's a nightmare for anyone keeping an eye on their blood sugar or weight. The portions are another insult. You pay premium prices for wings that are often dry, over-fried, and coated with sauce so thick it stains your fingers more than it satisfies your stomach. For budget-conscious seniors or families, this is money down the drain. When you see Smash Burger advertising wings, take it as a red flag. Stick with their burgers if you must, but skip the wings entirely. Papa John's. Another pizza giant, another wing disaster. Papa John's wings look decent when they arrive. Browned, glossy, even tempting at first glance. But the illusion shatters with the first bite. They're chewy, bland, and often tough to get through. The wings also lean heavily on dipping sauces to provide any flavor. Without the little tubs of ranch or garlic butter, they're practically tasteless. And nutritionally, they're a landmine, heavy on calories, overloaded with sodium, and lacking in any redeeming value. It feels like Papa John's is selling wings just because Domino's and Pizza Hut sell them too, not because they care about quality. But when your side item can deliver nearly an entire day's worth of salt in one sitting, that's more than lazy. That's dangerous. If you're ordering Papa John's, save yourself the disappointment and the health risk. Their wings simply aren't worth the bite. Sonic. Drive-in nostalgia, cherry limeades, foot-long hot dogs. Sonic is a place built on fun and retro charm. But wings? That's where the fun stops. Sonic's boneless wings are bite-sized calorie bombs. A tiny six-piece order delivers nearly a full day's worth of saturated fat, the kind of fat that clogs arteries and spikes cholesterol. Add the fact that they're deep-fried, breaded, and then smothered in overly salty sauces, and you've got a snack that's more punishment than pleasure. The texture isn't much better. Thick breading on the outside, dry meat on the inside, and a soggy middle layer where the sauce soaks in. It's the kind of wing that leaves you wondering why you ordered it at all. For older adults, these wings are particularly risky. Too much salt, too much grease, and nothing that resembles real nutrition. Sonic may be a fun stop for a milkshake on a hot day, but when it comes to wings, it's a hard no. 7-Eleven. Convenience is king at 7-Eleven. Coffee, snacks, hot dogs, and yes, chicken wings. But the truth? These wings should never have made it out of the hot case. Sitting under heat lamps for hours, 7-Eleven wings often end up rubbery, dried out, or worse, with a chemical-like aftertaste from artificial flavoring. The buffalo wings in particular are notorious for being all burn and no taste, leaving you with scorched taste buds instead of satisfaction. For budget-conscious shoppers, 7-Eleven wings may look like a cheap protein fix, but in reality, they're a gamble. You don't know how long they've been sitting there, what additives are in the seasoning, or if the chicken was ever good to begin with. Older adults deserve better than wings that taste like plastic dipped in hot sauce. When you're at 7-Eleven, grab a banana, yogurt, or even trail mix. Anything is better than wings that are more chemical experiment than food. Checkers/Rallies. Checkers, also known as Rallies in some regions, is famous for bold fries and big burgers. But their wings are another example of a chain doing too much with too little. At first, you might be fooled by the crisp skin. They look good in the box. But once you bite in, the disappointment sets in. The wings are bland, with flavor that never penetrates beyond the outer crust. You're basically chewing on fried skin and oil, hoping the next bite tastes better. Spoiler, it doesn't. Health-wise, you're just eating fried fat with little satisfaction. The calories stack up quickly, the sodium creeps higher than you expect, and by the end, you realize you could have bought something better for the same money. For seniors watching every dollar, Checkers wings aren't just a nutritional letdown. They're a waste of a tight budget. If you find yourself at Checkers, stick to fries if you must indulge, and let the wings fly far away. Arby's. Arby's is known for its roast beef, not its chicken wings. And after trying their boneless wings, it's clear why. The wings are meaty enough, but they're drenched in oily sauces that leave your stomach regretting the decision almost immediately. One combo meal with fries and wings can deliver close to an entire day's worth of sodium, fat, and calories in one sitting. The classic buffalo variety leans heavily on butter in the sauce, making every bite as greasy as it is tangy. The hot honey BBQ is no better, coating the chicken in a sticky glaze that feels more like dessert than dinner. Yes, they taste good for a moment, but the regret sets in fast. If you're an older adult managing cholesterol or blood pressure, this isn't just a guilty pleasure. It's a health risk. Arby's might have the meats, but when it comes to wings, they should keep them off the menu. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's Wing Street wings are often praised as the best among the pizza chains, but let's be clear, that's a very low bar. The wings are fried to order, which means they arrive hot and crispy. But that crispy skin is loaded with salt and fat, and the sauces pile on even more sodium. 6 wings can deliver nearly a full day's worth of saturated fat and salt in just one appetizer. Taste-wise, they're better than Domino's or Papa John's, but that's faint praise. The truth is, Pizza Hut's wings are a dietary nightmare. Crispy or not, they're still drenched in fatty skin and salty sauce that your arteries will remember long after your tongue forgets. If you must order them, go unsauced and share with friends. But for health-conscious eaters, Pizza Hut's wings are still an indulgence to avoid. Applebee's. Applebee's has long been a go-to spot for casual family dinners, especially for older adults who enjoy a sit-down meal without breaking the bank. But their boneless wings are some of the worst offenders in the entire industry. A single order can contain more than 4,000 milligrams of sodium, nearly double what an older adult should consume in an entire day. Add in 800-plus calories, heavy breading, and thick buffalo sauce, and you've got a dish that's more salt bomb than appetizer. Beyond the health impact, the wings themselves are just overdone chicken nuggets coated in sauce. They're addictive in the moment, but the aftermath, bloating, fatigue, thirst, and guilt, makes them one of the worst choices you can make at Applebee's. If you want to enjoy a night out without sabotaging your health, avoid the wings and choose a grilled entree instead. These wings are danger in disguise. Little Caesars. And now for the worst of the worst. Little Caesars may be famous for cheap, hot pizza, but their wings are a disaster. Despite being roasted instead of fried, they come out rubbery, chewy, and often lukewarm. Customers describe them as gross, with tough skin and flavor that barely registers. The numbers don't help their case. An order of Little Caesars wings can pack more than an entire day's worth of sodium in just a few pieces. That means swollen fingers, elevated blood pressure, and a whole lot of regret. Worst of all, they're not even enjoyable. If you're going to indulge in a salty, fatty food, at least it should taste good. Little Caesars wings fail on both taste and health, making them the ultimate lose-lose. If you're hungry at Little Caesars, stick with the pizza. The wings? Avoid them at all costs. Wingstop. Not all wings are bad news. Some chains actually do it right, and Wingstop is one of them. Wingstop specializes in wings, and it shows. They're fried to order, hot, crispy, and flavorful. Even without sauce, they shine. The skin is crunchy, the meat is juicy, and the overall experience feels worth the indulgence. Yes, they're still salty and fried, but the difference is in quality. If you're going to spend your calories and money, these wings at least deliver on taste. Portion control is key here. Order a small serving, pair it with veggie sticks, and enjoy it as a rare treat. For older adults, it's about picking your indulgences wisely. Wingstop may not be a healthy food, but compared to the disappointments on our list, they're worth it when the craving hits. Bonchon. The other winner comes from Korea. Bonchon. Bonchon's double-fried wings are a revelation. The skin is shatteringly crisp, the meat tender and juicy, and the sauces, soy, garlic, and spicy, are addictive in the best way. These wings don't just taste better than most fast food wings, they taste better than wings at many sit-down restaurants. While still fried and indulgent, Bonchon wings don't feel greasy. The double-fry technique leaves them lighter, crunchier, and far more satisfying. For the money, you get quality that actually feels like a reward, not a regret. If you're going to enjoy wings, Bonchon is one of the rare places where the indulgence feels completely worth it. Just don't make it a daily habit. There you have it. 10 wings to avoid, and 2 that are actually worth your money and your taste buds. The lesson here is simple. Not all wings are created equal. Some are chemical-laden disappointments that leave you bloated and cheated. Others, done with care, can actually feel like a treat worth savoring. For seniors, families, and anyone on a budget, the key is making smart choices. Don't waste your dollars or your health on wings that aren't worth it. Save your indulgence for the rare places that deliver quality. Because life's too short for bad chicken wings.